It's official. Pennsylvania now requires wholesalers to hold a license in order to wholesale real estate starting 2025. Now, we talked about the state of Pennsylvania before about their regulations and their laws around wholesaling real estate. And particularly, we talked about the city of Philadelphia. For some time, they only required it in that city, but not in the whole state. But now, across the whole state of Pennsylvania, they're going to require wholesalers to hold a license. And I think this is big news because, on top of just spreading it across the state, they now have a date that all wholesalers have to look forward to in order to wholesale real estate in that state. And I know there are other states that require wholesalers to hold a license. And a lot of wholesalers, they just got their license, or they hired an agent on their team to hold the license, or they just worked around that law. But I think this is interesting because I think this is going to be a continued trend across America. Let me know your thoughts down below on this official statement from Pennsylvania and having a date with it too. I'm going to read this article with you all, share my screen with you all, and as I read, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. All right, Pennsylvania wholesalers required to have real estate license starting in 2025. So if you're in the state of Pennsylvania, that's your date, that's your year. All right, you all. And Pennsylvania, I think it's one of the top 8 or top 10 largest states in America. So a lot of wholesalers are probably there now looking at, okay, what can I do? Should I just hire somebody else who has a license? Should I get my license myself? And other things like that. So let's read. Emails, texts, sometimes home visits. That's how wholesalers approach some residents about trying to sell their home. It's predatory in nature, where you're preying on people who might not know the value of the most important assets. State Senator Stefano, Republican, in all these different counties. I believe we talked about this person before, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure this senator has some sort of real estate company or is affiliated with real estate agents in some sort of way, because the way this article started is just it has a negative light towards wholesalers, and you could tell that they're pretty biased. They'll identify sellers that maybe want to sell quickly, and then they put them under contract. Well, yeah, there are people that do need to sell their house quickly. Okay, now this person is from the Association of Realtors. They offered them a cash offer for their house. Wholesalers don't have the cash. The contract depends on wholesalers finding another buyer. Yes, that's true. They put it under contract with the intention, not that they're going to close on it, but that they're going to turn around and market the equitable interest in the home to another buyer for a profit. Yes, that is true. But they are going to turn around. Yeah, that's true. And the thing is, they're explaining it, but you could tell they kind of have a negative undertone behind them explaining things, because this person is obviously super biased because they're a realtor. They think wholesalers are stealing their business. But, that's this person's job, and, they're trying to protect their career. I do believe there should be some regulation around wholesaling. I think there should be some more disclosures to your sellers, letting them know exactly what you're doing. I 100% agree with that. Like letting your sellers know, hey, I work with investors. I'm not the one buying your house. This is how this works. I do this all the time. I've done this deal, that deal, and things of that nature. But in requiring a license to wholesale, I can see how it works, but I don't think you need that. Just like a flipper doesn't need it, just like a landlord doesn't need it. But I think that would be, there are different ways to solve this issue. Okay, that can cheat homeowners out of the actual values of their homes. It says elderly folks may be targeted. They've been in their home for 50 years. Somebody offers them a price that's a lot more than they paid for it. Maybe they don't know what the market value is. That's why they're able to turn around and sell it for a profit. Currently, wholesalers aren't required to have a license. That changed in January after the Senate Bill 1173 was signed into law by Governor Josh Shapiro. What we're doing is we're not making wholesaling illegal. So wholesaling is not illegal in Pennsylvania, all right? What we're doing is requiring any wholesalers to have a realtor's license. Okay, this is interesting because I would think that maybe there would be a different type of licensing for wholesalers, but no, you have to essentially become an agent. And I guess this is good for the National Association of Realtors, that they have more people on their team, more ammo and lobbying presence that they can put forth in Congress to pass different laws and things of that nature. But yeah, currently wholesalers aren't required. Okay, we read that. Says friends brought this issue to his attention. Okay, so a senator, he said friends. No, the governor brought this. So the governor has friends, realtors, the wealthy, elite probably. They brought this issue. Maybe they're having some tea somewhere or a nice secluded lunch somewhere that us normal folks don't know about. And they say, hey, we have these wholesalers and they're trying to do this and that. We need to bring this into Congress. Okay, boom. And so it's all like, yes, there are a few bad apples that ruins wholesaling for a lot of people. But I think most wholesalers are just like a flipper, just like an investor, just like these realtors trying to make money. Of course, you need to be able to buy at a discount in order to sell. You got to give them the as-is value. If there are repairs needed on the property, then give them the value of the property as is. Simple as that. What we're doing, we read that. Signs along the road caught his eyes too. Okay, so he saw the bandit signs. You drive down the road and you see on the telephone poles and signs that says we buy houses, and we wondered about that. Now these people are buying all these houses and fixing them up, coming to learn that they're not actually spending any money to buy those houses. The new laws comes when housing prices are the steepest in American history. Yoder believes it's about protecting the most important assets. It's really not about how it impacts our business. It's really about protecting the consumer. That was the goal of this. Okay, some typos here, but I think it was to protect their business. It really wasn't. It's really not about how it impacts our business. Okay, cool. I think it was part of it. Yes, I do think some wholesalers do take advantage of people, and I don't like that look. They get these houses on pennies on the dollars where the owner doesn't actually know what they're doing. And yes, you want to get a killer deal, and there are killer deals where you can make a ton of money. And it's just offering people a fair price. Like, if someone is like significantly lower than what you're going to offer, like let's say the house is worth $300,000 as is, all fixed up, maybe it's worth $500,000, $500,000, and they come up to you and they say, I just want $80,000 for this house. Be like, yo. First of all, you can list this and get $300,000. Second off, or $350,000. Second off, I can offer you, maybe you can go $250,000 or go up to $300,000 and just see what happens. I understand that, and there's no way to regulate that even with a wholesaler when they have a license. Like, how is this going to protect a consumer now that a wholesaler has their license? Yes, there's disclosures. Yes, they have to, present their self in a certain type of way. They got to hold their license. But like, if a wholesaler has been taking advantage of people before they get their license, they're still going to do that after. Like, getting their license is not going to make a difference, right? People are still going to go after these elderly people that don't know their values. I'm not saying obviously you want to go towards an older property that hasn't been repaired in many years, and a lot of times they're older residents, they're older owners, right? But people that specifically try to, and where they understand this person doesn't know what they're talking about, or like, this owner is just not in a good mental space and they take advantage, yes, that's wrong. But this person is still going to do that whether they have their license or not. All right, you all, let me know down below what you think of this new Pennsylvania law. I also saw another city writing about this law, actually the city of Seattle. So other cities are seeing what Pennsylvania is doing and they're going to start implementing it in their state or city. Let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.